single ball and drop shot's going to be just a serious threat.
We've been giving Corrupted G a lot of crap about his cars. His car looked much better in the series, had the 20XX decal. It's pretty great.
Yeah, fantastic. But obviously we had a sub coming in for Selfless. We saw Pluto popping off, playing out of his mind. He really carried the team all the way up until later games. But we'll get to that.
No spoilers.
We expected him to be big in drop shot, but it was the Rumble games that we saw Pluto really
he
show
played
up.
extremely well there. He scored both goals in the 2 Rumble games that they played. Both games were 1-0, very low scoring Rumble games compared to some of the others we saw later in the day.
Gibbs, did you just say no spoilers, even though we just prefaced this with a bracket showing everything?
Well, he didn't spoil anything there, and people don't pay attention. We've seen it in Twitch chat before.
No spoilers. You've seen the final results, but
Sure.
No spoilers, though. No spoilers.
A lot of people don't know how to read.
But hey, so the next match was NRG versus G2, the battle of the undefeated teams. NRG walked away from this one 3-0, sweeping G2, who were the reigning champions from North America. They did not make it out of round 1 this year.
And it was a lot of fun to actually cast a game, so I got to cast the NRG versus G2, but then NRG was using Get Merked, but then they swept them, so my casting career ended pretty short.
The next match, Genesis versus Take-3. They take that one in 3 games as well. Goodbye, Take-3. Genesis moved on.
A lot of 3-0 sweeps, surprisingly, and Genesis, a team that came in pretty confident. I said it during the broadcast, but Classics, right off the bat, as soon as he came into the chat. He came into the RLCS chat and said, by the way, everyone, don't worry, I'm going to win this. But, you know, spoilers, so hold off.
yeah, not only did he come to the chat and like assert dominance, but he also did it on the field somehow. For them to 3-0 like teams that we considered some of the best, obviously mid-season mayhem's always like super weird, and this proved it yet again.
I mean, it was drop shot and then Rumble and then whatever, you know. So like there was no way you can prepare for like 4 different alternate modes that they didn't even find out about till Wednesday, you know. So hard stuff there for the teams that did not win, but they're out. We moved on to the semifinals. It was Denial taking on Selfless. Ultimately, Selfless would get the 3-1 victory.
And once again, Pluto showing up big, and it wasn't just a substitute. Miho purposely sat out to give Pluto some love. Like all 4 of them are really close, so it's nice to see a team like a 4-man roster working really well together.
And just in general, I mean, to have Pluto as your sub, like what a cool thing to have. Like most subs are people that just haven't had a lot of competitive experience, and to say, oh, by the way, my substitute is Pluto, that was the sickest team play I've ever seen.
That boot to open up the goal for Timmy.
We talk a lot about, you know, Timmy being a weekend warrior and how he can only play weekends, and it makes me happy to know that they're allowing Pluto to play in situations like this, because if it comes down to the end where he's not able to play for whatever the reason, they've got a person that's not only a seasoned vet who's been to both lands, but also someone who's gotten some play time during the season, which is huge.
Yep, good backup there. But the other semifinal, NRG versus Genesis. It would be Genesis moving on. Surprisingly, everyone kind of expected NRG just because they're NRG, but nope, 3-0 sweep again from Genesis.
And even NRG put on the hard hats for this game, it was not enough. Jacob actually didn't have a hard hat for game 1, and I think that was the reason why they lost.
Yep, of course.
Chrome actually doing a shout out to my car, the beautiful yellow Octane with the hard hat, so I think that's why they won.
The homage to the elderly. It's important.
It is. Gotta respect your elders.
Gotta respect the old boys.
Does he have to respect himself then, because he is one of the elders in those seats?
I don't respect myself at all.
You don't respect anybody. Have you heard him talk ever?
Well, no,
He trashes everything.
Chrome's the old one. He's the old man.
Oh, Chrome
That's true.
himself.
Chrome is the old man.
I thought you were talking about me.
Both too, but
That's why you guys are such good friends.
yeah.
Yeah,
Good.
me and Chrome.
Yes.
both
You guys
sit
just
on
in
the
the Rocket
porch.
League nursing home, just sitting out front, looking at the
Just play
kids.
chess in
Sit
the
on
park.